I started doing some dancing and stuff and ended up with that hip swivel and the belly rub. And that just became my signature. I try to do other stuff as well, throw that in there, but that hip swivel, that's Dreamy Drew.
Welcome to the Wrestling Wrap. I'm Dale Clifford. Thanks for stopping by again. Another focus feature this week. Interesting and kind of a fun one we got coming up with another local guy. It's got a interesting a gimmick for his kind of appearance, but it's fun. It's like it's wrestling. We're going to learn a little bit more about Dreamy Drew. All right, Drew, thanks for joining the show. So go ahead and tell the viewers a little bit about who Dreamy Drew is.
Dreamy Drew is the sexiest man in professional wrestling. And I am current independent wrestler.
All right. So why did we choose the name Dreamy Drew? Did you have other other names or concepts in mind at first, or what led you down this path?
Yeah, I kind of bounced around between a couple of names. Drew is my real name. And then at first I almost went with Dashing Drew, but then, of course, Dashing Cody Rhodes. I feel like I got that comp all the time. So I was trying to find a D word that could help describe me and not one that has been used on the big time or anything like that. So dreamy is what sounded best, and it just stuck.
You have the particular thing you like the announcers to say, right? Too.
Oh yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, the announcers.
Yeah.
Yep. When they call me out to the ring, I'm from Rough and Ready, California. I am God's gift. The God's gift to all women. The sexiest man in professional wrestling.
Are you aiming to be a good guy, a bad guy with it? Was like, what's kind of the thought there?
I kind of do my own thing and let the crowd decide if they want to cheer me or boo me. I like getting cheered. Of course, everyone loves getting cheered, but my main goal whenever I have a wrestling show or I'm in a wrestling event, my main goal is to be rememberable. Whether they leave the show saying, "Man, I hate that guy," or leave that show saying, "Man, I really like Dreamy Drew." Either way, as long as they're thinking about me and remember me, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, that's what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's the correct approach, right? It's like you just want some reaction, right?
That's right.
Obviously, It's like professional wrestling's all fan interaction based. Really, it's like we need the fans to kind of drive our success. So
yeah, absolutely. You don't want to walk through the curtain and it just be crickets. Like you want some type of reaction, whether it's screaming, cheering, all that, or booing, people yelling all different things about you. I always say the louder the fan is, the better the fan is.
So where did you get your start?
I started in Reno at the Reno Wrestle Factory. So where Steve's promotion currently, back in 2014, I started training actually in 2010 and trained for a little while, then had to take some time off because I had a skull surgery. I had to remove a tumor from my skull.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I wasn't able to train or nothing. That was before I even debuted. So I had to take some time off of training and was able to come back. And I actually debuted under a hood, under a mask known as Dragonheart. I was a part of the Northern Legion. And it was okay, but I didn't really like wrestling under a mask. I mean, look at this dreamy face. You think that you would if you had a face that looked like this? I eventually took the mask off and became Dreamy Drew.
There you go. Okay. What regions have you worked?
Mainly Reno and Northern California. I've worked in Southern California. I appeared on one show, one episode of Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. And then I've also wrestled for Championship Wrestling from Arizona. Done there. I've done a couple of shows in Arizona. And then I have, Utah was the other place I have been to wrestle, and Oregon. So, like, pretty much all the West Coast.
Oh, cool. It's like we air Championship Wrestling of Hollywood on the same network as my show. So, and I'm kind of working with Dave right now to get guests to try to promote that show. So,
awesome. I would love to get back to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
What was it? What was that experience? Just being down and working that one?
It was so much fun. I got to meet a lot of cool people. I had a wrestling match, a fairly short wrestling match on that show that I appeared on that with Peter Avalon, which was a lot of fun. He's great to work with. And then I also got to meet a couple other people. I went down with the Reno Scum. They were my original trainers, and they're the multi-time tag team champions down there.
What do you think right now is kind of one of the biggest things you need to improve on?
My diet. That's the big thing. Yeah, my diet and flexibility. If like I'm so much more flexible now than when I was when I first started, and I'm still not flexible at all. And I know that that's going to help me in the ring. It's just working on my stretches and flexibility, as well as some diet to get this out of here. But I've been always like doing wrestling and doing the going back to the basics is always good.
So obviously you do and lack for not knowing what it was. It's like I call it the dream shake when you kind of do the.
Oh yeah.
Is it you got a particular name for it, or is it kind of?
I don't. That actually, it inadvertently became just my signature because I stole it from Rick Rude. Everyone loves Rick Rude from back in the day. But I started doing some dancing and stuff and ended up with that hip swivel and the belly rub, and that's just became my signature. I try to do other stuff as well, throw that in there, but that hip swivel, that's Dreamy Drew.
So obviously, you mentioned one legend in the industry that you might be kind of modeled some stuff after. Who are some other inspirations that you've had along the way?
I always like to pull my inspirations from big guys that can move. One of my all-time favorite wrestlers from back in the day, and probably still current wrestler if he did wrestling, was Vader. Vader was always one of my favorites, and then you had Bam Bam Bigelow was one of my favorites, and then now currently one of my favorites is Bronson Reed, which is pretty much a similar build and whatnot. So those are the types of guys that I like to model my stuff after, and then I like to steal some moves from them, maybe steal some monikers from them, and then I also watched a lot of Harley Race. I'm very old school when I'm wrestling.
Got to work on some tsunamis if you're going to model yourself after Bronson Reed.
I know, right? Start hitting some tsunamis.
You got a match coming up with PCW. It was like where you're going to be in a battle royal. Obviously, we're on the road to the Royal Rumble for the WWE, as well as like so you kind of are taking a Royal Rumble esque match on the same weekend. It's like what kind of is some of your mindset going into Royal Rumble matches? Like where and basically over the top rope is like and your day's over.
Yep. Yeah, basically, I haven't even been given my number yet of what number I'm going to be in the Last Man Standing Rumble. But Rumbles are always fun. Everyone gets their own individual time to shine when their number gets called and they go out to make the entrance. But you do want to hope that your entrance is pretty late. Your number's pretty far down there, so you have a better chance of winning. Hopefully, I don't go in early. That's what I don't want to do, but I will if I need to and win that Rumble and go on to extreme measures.
Oh, come on. You want number one. You got to show off that Dreamy Drew cardio.
Nope, I don't think so. I ain't doing. I ain't going the long haul. That's for sure.
Without trying to stir too many battle lines, because it can get that way here in Reno with the two companies. What's it like just kind of working for the two different companies?
it's it's interesting. It's definitely a different crowd on each show. Each company is a different crowd. Um, whatever beef they have with each other, it doesn't concern us wrestlers. So I really appreciate them allowing me to wrestle both shows. I do know a lot of people that go to the Reno Wrestle Factory shows because they like a lot of people on their roster and they also enjoy watching me. And then the same thing with the different people over at the Wild West shows. Enjoy watching me, but just enjoy those shows as well. It's a different feel and real interesting to work them both.
While doing the shows, like seeing you work, you worked a Fatal Four Way for a Wild West, and then numerous singles matches. So, what kind of do you like to work a little bit better? It's like, do you want that solo one-on-one, or those multi-man matches like four ways? Obviously, battle royals; those are kind of hectic, so that's a lot of people. What's kind of some strategies when in going like one-on-one to where you got to then break it down into like a fatal four-way type thing?
I definitely prefer the one-on-one. You have that one opponent you could focus on, and you guys could just focus on each other and work the match. When you're talking fatal four ways or triple threats or anything, any type of multi-man matches, you always have to know where all of the opponents are. So if this person is outside the ring while you're trying to pin this person, or you're constantly getting pins broken up, so you'll always have to be mindful of where all your opponents are and know how to defend against every single one of them.
At the RWF show, you worked a guy that's kind of got a similar gimmick, um, Jerry Gigolo. When you're in the ring with someone that's kind of got that ladies' man kind of gimmick, just like you do, is like, um, what's that kind of like?
It's like almost looking in the mirror. Yep. Jerry and I, we go way back. We've wrestled multiple times for RWF. We've wrestled for other companies, but we're always trying to one up each other. So it's I don't think the rivalry will ever end between Dreamy Drew and Jerry Gigolo. It's a rivalry for the ages.
All right. So, outside of wrestling, what else do you like to do with your time?
I like to play video games. I go to the gym, obviously. Uh, walk my dogs. My wife and I want to do more hiking this summer once the weather starts to get nicer. But then I don't really have much more other. I work a lot. I'm like constantly working throughout the week. I have 3 jobs now, and then as long as I get my weekends off, and I just push, 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 and constantly moving. Hardly ever time to rest.
That's a grind right there. 3 jobs plus is like trying to squeeze in wrestling too. Man, you're
Yep. Yeah, wrestling takes a lot, but it's just I love what I do. I love doing it, and I'm not ready to give it up yet. So I gotta make sure I have the money to pay for my expensive hobby, and that's why I'm working so much. Plus, trying to live and survive.
what's your go-to on the video game end?
Currently, I've been playing the WWE 2K24. My wife got me that for Christmas, and I just love it. I've been playing. Actually, no, she got it for my birthday last year, so I've been just playing it like crazy. I just downloaded The Witcher 3, which I'm gonna start playing that. I want to start playing more video games, but I feel like I'm constantly working. So sometimes it's hard, but every chance I get, I will play. I do have anger issues when it comes to video games, though.
I hear that. I did. So I had Kate Adams on the show earlier, and he also was into the WWE game. And I asked him, "Was like, who was your go-to character on there?" And he's like, "Well, I created myself." So, did you create yourself, or you got a go-to WWE guy you use?
Actually, I have both. I actually did not create myself. I was going to create myself, but then one of our referees, Helder, created myself and like put it up to where I can download it, and he did such a good job. Like all from head to toe, did such a good job at creating me. I couldn't even create myself. Like I couldn't do a better job than that. So I technically do have myself on there, and love to use my character. But then I also love using. I have a Bray Wyatt. I've been playing my faction a lot, and I have the Bray Wyatt pack. And so those ones are always a lot of fun. He was always fun to watch.
Yeah. Let's see if I can see it. Bray Wyatt's my guy right there.
Yes, absolutely. He was always one of my favorites. I was so happy he was going to get to work with his brother, and then he had to unfortunately pass.
I know that you are a Giants fan because I've seen it before.
Yes.
So the oh, look at that!
Yep.
There we go. So, what sports do you like? Baseball? Do you like them all? Was like, who are your go-to teams in all the sports that you got going on?
I I think I'd probably still say my favorite sport is baseball, and obviously my favorite team is the Giants. But I also like to watch football. I'm big into football. My favorite team is the Titans, which we had a really rough year. Get number one overall draft pick. Hopefully next year will be a lot better. But I do love watching sports. I've been trying to get back into hockey, but I haven't been able to watch too much this season.
All right, so Giants fan, Titans fan. I understand the Giants being on the West Coast. How did you become a Titans fan?
Honestly, they became a team when I was a kid, just being able to actually understand the game. So my mom's team was the 49ers. My dad's team is the Eagles. So I used to root for them all the time, but I just knew that I needed my own team. And it was right as the Titans were becoming a team, or at least when they moved over from Houston. And I just really liked them and started rooting for them and became a diehard Titans fan. I've actually thought about switching, like maybe becoming a Niners fan because it's easier to watch the games for one. It's like easier to get all their merchandise, that type of stuff. But I won't be able to. I still wouldn't be able to bring myself to root for any team in the NFL besides the Titans. So obviously, or like root for any team over the Titans. So that's my team. It's gonna be my team.
That makes sense. As and I always just find it interesting is like when people have favorite teams and they're dispersed all over the country. I always am curious. Is like, what led you from one to the other? So
Yeah,
obviously,
I always ask people the same way. Like someone if I know born and raised in Reno and they're a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan or something, and it's like, all right, well, why? Like, why are you a fan?
yeah, no,
I'm
but it's like I'm Bay Area all the way from everything. It's like Sharks, Warriors, Giants, 49ers.
yeah,
Semi is like I do have a somewhat of a like for the Cubs because when I where I grew up in Fallon, we ran Direct TV and I had WGN.
oh, okay. So you
So
got Cubs
yeah,
games.
I was watching the Cubs more than I was the Giants just based on what I had on TV purposes.
Yeah, yeah. Then my hockey team is actually the Ducks, so it's still California, just Southern California.
I had an inkling it was like for the Ducks based off of just growing up with the movies too. So
Yep, that's exactly why they're my favorite team. Those were my favorite movies when I was a kid, and my cousin was huge at like way bigger into hockey than I was at the time. And we were watching. It was probably D2 because that one's my favorite. And we were watching that, and I just made the comment like, "Man, I wish this was a real team." And he just looks over at me and goes, "It is." So I was like, "Oh, that's my new favorite team, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, or the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, I think is what they were going by at the time, and now they're just the Anaheim Ducks."
All right, and then just kind of doing some research on you and seeing some things on you. Came across your Facebook page, is like, and then just enjoyed getting a look at the little picture that the banner photo you got up there, and just to kind of walk me through that photo because obviously we got some great reactions from multiple people involved in that thing.
Yes, so the guy standing up holding the sign, his name is Brian. He's the social media guy for East Bay Pro Wrestling. And that was his birthday at the time, his birthday party. And before that, I had not won a match in East Bay that entire time. I went almost a year, I want to say, without winning. And that was my first win, was on Brian's birthday. So I was so excited that I got it. I ran and just jumped into all their laps. But I'm not even entirely sure who took the picture, but that is one of my favorite pictures I probably have of wrestling. And it's just so perfect. I had a whole bunch of that whole interaction, but that one right there is just so perfect. It's one of my favorites. My dad's screensaver actually on his computer.
Yeah, I was like, I just looked at it. It's like, and obviously because you're on the laps of a couple of the ladies there, and living up to that ladies man
Yep.
look right there. It's like they they seemed kind of shocked to have you there. So it was like, I just thought that was a fun photo.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a whole fun show. That was fun.
All right, so got a couple minutes left here. Is like, where's Dreamy Drew gonna be next?
Um, I am still currently the East Bay Pro trophy holder, Mr. East Bay Pro trophy holder. So you'll be seeing me there. I'm hopefully going to be on more Reno Wrestle Factory shows. Unfortunately, I won't be at this next one because I'll be wrestling at WWZ Wrestling Warzone. But hopefully, I keep trying to get out there as much as I can and get wrestle for as many companies as I can, and hopefully, I can add more companies in more states this year.
So you said trophies. Like, what is that? How's that trophy a function?
So the Mr. Money in the Bank, I'm sorry, Mr. East Bay Pro Trophy is basically the same rules as Money in the Bank. I won a battle royal at the anniversary show last year, so now I have the opportunity to cash that trophy in for a title match whenever, at any time I choose. I just don't know when I want to cash it in yet. I'm waiting for the perfect time.
One final question. What do you think's the biggest lesson that you've learned so far, kind of in this journey that you've been on?
I'm not sure, honestly. It's helped, this whole journey itself has helped me gain a lot more confidence. I have a lot more confidence now than when I did when I first started, which that helps a lot, and it even helps in everyday life. So that's always good. But the biggest lesson, I was gonna say, maybe just showing respect to the veterans in the business, but I feel like I would have already known that or would have already done that. I try to be respectful as much as possible.
I was just gonna. He's like, you brought up confidence, and it's like, I think you have to have a fair amount of confidence, like just to pull off the gimmick that you have. So
Yeah, exactly. I've had multiple people come up to me and just tell me that they love my confidence and love my aurora in the ring, which I love every time people come up to me and talk to me like that. Like, everyone's welcome to come up and talk to me when they see me at shows, and I'll take pictures, sign autographs, make memories. That's what we're all here for.
all right, Dreamy Drew, I appreciate it. It was fun, nice to get to know you a little bit more. Look forward to seeing you again down the line, and at either a Wild West or a RWF show, because that's kind of where my focus is at this particular moment. So until next time, appreciate you taking time out to join the show.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
That does it for this week's episode. We'll see you again next week when we learn a little bit more about the Reno Wrestle Factory from the man that calls the shots. I'm Dale Clifford, and this has been the Wrestling Wrap. See you again soon.